to the 70th Cannes Film Festival. Swedish director Ruben Östlund's film The Square has won the Palme d'Or, the festival's top prize. The film offers a satirical exploration of the art world through the story of a curator of a contemporary art museum. He was also a divorced but devoted father of two girls. The film is seen by many as an unexpected but solid choice for the prestigious award. The Grand Prix went to French director Robin Capillo for his 120 beats per minute, and the Jura Prize was given to Russian filmmaker Andrei Zvyagintsev for his film Loveless. American Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor for You Were Never Really Here, directed by Lynn Ramsey, while Best Actress was awarded to Diane Kruger for her performance in Fatih Atkins in The Fade. Best Director went to Sofia Coppola for The Beguiled. In Chicago, over 21,000 cyclists gathered at the city's iconic Lakeshore Drive on Sunday for the 16th annual MB Bike the Drive. In Chicago, over 21,000 cyclists gathered at the city's iconic Lakeshore Drive on Sunday for the 16th annual MB Bike the Drive. The city closed down a 30-mile stretch of one of its busiest streets for the event. This Bike the Drive event shows just one reason why Chicago was named the nation's most bike-friendly city by Bicycling magazine. Chicago has over 100 miles of protected bike lanes and the second-largest bike share program in the U.S. Canada's Ottawa is drawing martial art enthusiasts from across the Americas with the CISC Canada Wushu Festival and the 38th Can-Am International Championships. For these events, traditional lion dancers, martial arts masters, and other athletes march into the Grand Stadium, showcasing their best skills.
Yeah, we have pre-registered well over 500 people pre-registered already. And we're still open for registration. This is sort of a North American way of doing tournaments. We're open on the day off. So we're expecting closer to 700 competitors at the end of the day. We have a lot of categories because we want to encourage people to compete. It's fun to compete, to exchange ideas.
The Can-Am International Championships has become the biggest martial arts tournament in North America, attracting masters from many schools of Chinese Wushu. As a major martial arts event, Taekwondo, Aikido, and Karate practitioners also compete at this tournament. These contestants from Fort Nelson Martial Arts Academy in northern BC mainly are here practicing Korean Hapkido, but they've also learned different schools of Chinese Wushu.
When we go to Taiwan, we practice Muay Thai with TMM martial arts. We also exchange with their Thai boxing, their Kung Fu, their Wushu, and also the Hapkido.
A cultural heritage exhibition on China's Hubei province came to an end in Poland on Sunday. The three-day event was held from May the 26th to the 28th in Warsaw and Toruń. The exhibition gave local visitors an insight into aspects of China's rich history and culture. Located in central China, Hubei province was called Chu in ancient China. The Han Dynasty, China's second imperial dynasty, established Jingzhou, now Hubei province. And this true Han culture is believed to be one of the most important aspects of Chinese heritage. Exhibits and live shows in this exhibition showed visitors in Poland the charm of China's heritage. As the fasting month of Ramadan comes along, Damascus and Gaza's markets were not busy as usual due to struggling economy and heavy burdens.
The markets are usually busy on the first day of fasting, where people prepare for the first breakfast feast with sunset, then sweets. Peak hours are usually around noon, but this year, the first Ramadan saw a clear slack. After the victories, the Syrian army in areas surrounding the capital Damascus, the Damascenes said they feel more secure in terms of the overall situation, but not on the economic side, as the prices soar year after year.
The prices are getting higher than the last year, maybe because it's the first day of Ramadan. Maybe it could change tomorrow, but as for the security situation, it's better and you can sense it.
During the month of Ramadan, Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset and make sure to strengthen their family and social bonds. But this year, the 40-day-long hunger strike by some 1,500 Palestinian detainees in Israeli jails overshadowed the general atmosphere.
The first thing of the blessing today was the ending of the strike of the detainees, which is a good step. We hope to be a step forward. But we also hope that the economic situation will become better. I have seen all the people today in the markets, but in fact, their financials are bad. We hope that people will be taken care of.
In Somali capital, Mogadishu, Muslims from all walks of life began the month of Ramadan with prayers and wishes.
Having suffered from drought, we have many people in need of help, be they internally displaced or those who have been badly affected by the difficult economic circumstances. The needs of the people will dramatically increase this month, and I appeal for generosity toward those less fortunate.
Some urged Somalis to help each other.
As we started the month of Ramadan today, I would like to appeal to my fellow Somalis to embrace forgiveness and engaging in charitable activities. The country is facing drought, so people, especially the rich, should make donations to help their poor countrymen. We should develop and move our country forward.
For tuk-tuk taxi drivers, business continues as usual, but at a slightly slower pace.
My business is doing well, as we have had a lot of people making trips to the market. We're getting our daily bread, and we're grateful for that.
But some fear that life may get harder for people living in displacement camps. Thousands of displaced people whose homes are plagued by drought hope to get more aid relief.
We welcome the holy month of Ramadan. As one of the internally displaced persons, I can say that we need humanitarian agencies to come to our aid with emergency relief.
For many, the holy month of Ramadan will offer a special period of prayer and charity for those who are suffering. Muslims all around the world have now begun to celebrate the holy month of Ramadan, a special period of fasting and worship. However, for the people in the war-torn Iraqi city of Mosul, Ramadan's traditions are luxuries. Ramadan is considered the holiest month of the Islamic year. Muslims observe Ramadan by fasting through the entire month from dawn until sunset. But in the city of Mosul, Ramadan's traditions are still luxuries, although many of the residents feel they have some sense of the holy month as life is returning to normal. Ramadan is celebrated with its own traditions. Iraqis would often spend its long nights taking part in fun and traditional activities. In Mosul, the residents were previously deprived of Ramadan traditions and were forced instead to follow the brutal rules of the extremist IS group. But today, those in liberated areas have been able to go back to their fun Ramadan activities. Not exactly like before, but it's a start.
The mood of the customers has changed this Ramadan for better, because people feel safer and their families are more secure after they have got rid of Daesh.
However, Yunus complained about the decrease in customers as many of Mosul's families are still living in camps outside the city. The UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs reported the exact number of civilians in the old city and surrounding neighborhoods is not known, but an estimated 200,000 may leave their homes as battles break out. In South Sudan, where hundreds of thousands of people are nearing starvation, children are struggling to learn.
Shul, 14 years old, is living in Al-Alagaya refugee camp after he fled South Sudan with his family in March 2014. Shul has been out of school for about a whole year as his family moved from one place to another before settling at the refugee camp. In 2015, Scholl joined a school established by Sudan's Humanitarian Aid Commission for South Sudanese children inside the camp.
I didn't receive English language education before. Even at the camp school, there was no English language teacher. However, in this evening class, we receive English lessons. Things are progressing well now.
I do have almost 700 students. Since last year, we have almost 300 students. When many students and many people have seen what we are doing is good, it just gives the qualification of English to the student. It will support them when they will be in the basic. But they send the children to us here, that the number has been increased. Now they reach almost 700.
Charles Malek, a student in the camp's evening English class, told CNC that he felt the program was useful as he had improved his English.
I feel well when I start this course. I feel it very well that I know English, really I know it, and I passed my grade 8 last year, the final examination. That's why we know the English.
UNICEF previously reported some 1.8 million children in South Sudan couldn't attend school following the breakout of fighting in 2013. The report said 43% of junior school students and 93% of high school students were affected, not only by the violence, but also by poverty.
14-year-old Egyptian Marco Eid Habib never thought his trip would turn to tragedy. His father was one of the victims who died in a terrorist attack on Coptic Christians in Upper Egypt's Minya province last Friday. Marco survived and is now able to act as an eyewitness, but he couldn't help his tears while narrating the story.
Two men stopped our car for a ride at the desert highway ahead of the monastery before we got off. They confronted us, then they killed everybody and just left me and my brother alive. They asked my father for his ID card and before he gave it to them, and they shot him down.
Marco said there are 12 or 15 territories. They were disguised in military uniform and had video cameras to record their deadly attack on a bus and 2 cars as they traveled to the Saint Samuel Monastery. After his father was shot and attackers began to leave, the boy made his way into his father's vehicle and called his uncle back in his village for help.
Marco is a hero of the tragedy, as he is the only one who could go back to the car and call us for help. Then we hurried to the scene and saw Aid. We carried him to rescue and an ambulance met us halfway, took him in and provided him with a respirator, but he died before we reached the hospital.
A funeral was held on Friday evening where hundreds of Copts and Muslims marched together, expressed hopes for unity and said prayers for the victims. Terrorism in Egypt has killed hundreds of policemen and soldiers since 2013. Many attacks have been claimed by Sinai-based militants linked to the IS, who have expanded terror operations to target Coptic Christians as a way to pressure the government. IS claimed responsibility for the attack on Copts in Minya on Saturday.
In India, veterinary clinics and pet food stores are not so easily accessible to dog owners, as the options are few and far between. And traveling with dogs through the city is another headache for them. Thanks to the new pet taxi, the first of its kind in India, there's no longer such a big problem. Lifestyles has the details.
Dr. Viveka Watwani is a medical practitioner based in Mumbai, Singh. Watwani adopted a stray dog 6 months ago, but she found it's inconvenient to take dogs out as cab drivers and other forms of public transport do not allow pets.
Whenever we have to go out, there's no taxi service. Private taxi, they don't take any pets. We have to request them. And the auto rickshaw also don't take pets outside for traveling.
Dr. Watwani has faced several challenges while transporting her pet from one place to the other in Mumbai. But she is not alone. There are hundreds or thousands of pet lovers across India who face the same on a daily basis. But now this taxi for pet seems to change the scenario.
Dr. Viveka Watwani thought herself lucky when she heard about a new taxi service in Mumbai, especially for pets. Now she can travel comfortably across the city with her dog for less than 50 US cents per kilometer. She just needs to book the taxi a day in advance, as there were fewer than the demand. Pet taxi founder Lakshmi Agawa was flooded with calls after local media reported on her business. And now she's seeking investment to expand her business by buying more cabs.
I'll be looking for it because see, there is a huge demand, and the demand is for very short rides. If we have more cabs, we can keep one cab in one particular area like in Navi Mumbai, and one cab in Western Line, one in South Mumbai. So we are actually looking, for more opportunities, and if we are getting more opportunities, we would like to expand this business.
Agawa is also a pet owner. And as she was refused many times by taxi drivers when trying to take her dog out, she decided to open up a business herself to solve the problem faced by pet owners. She first started the business with her own car, and later she bought another car to serve as a taxi. Demand for pet taxi is now increasing, as is Lakshmi's ambition to expand her business, perhaps even beyond the city's limits.
China's Duanwu Festival, or the Dragon Boat Festival, falls on May the 30th this year. Chinese people celebrate the day with a variety of traditional activities, including eating and making zongzi, a typical Chinese dish. And here's a look. In China, Duanwu Festival commemorates the life of poet Qu Yuan, a loyal supporter of Chu's state who drowned himself during the Warring State period around 2,300 years ago. During the Dragon Boat Festival, people across China celebrate Qu Yuan's patriotism with different activities, such as dragon boat racing and eating zongzi. Zongzi is a traditional Chinese snack dating back over 2 millennia. Chinese people make zongzi by wrapping glutinous rice and bamboo leaves and tying them tightly with string before steaming these small packages. Different parts of China have different kinds of zongzi. Fillings vary, with some zongzi containing dates, sugar, or even salted meat. Southern China's Guangdong province is famous for making zongzi. In Daojiao, people make zongzi with extra fillings such as salted egg yolks, streaky pork, green beans, and lotus seeds.
All the zongzi here are handmade and must be steamed for 7 or 8 hours. The fat of the streaky pork melts into oil after hours of steaming, and the glutinous rice and beans are softened by and soaked in this oil. They're so juicy and delicious, but not greasy at all.
Local housewives know full well that Daojiao zongzi must be steamed for hours.
The sticky rice wouldn't be soft enough in a short time, nor will the flavor come out. If you want to cook proper zongzi, then you must steam them for at least 6 hours.
In addition to traditional flavors, various new recipes have now also hit the shelves.
This one is for the vegetarians. The fillings are peanuts, red beans, and sticky rice. It's very healthy without meat and no grease.
The Dragon Boat Festival is one of the best times to try one of China's many healthy traditional dishes. Now turning to Mexico, the Tequila Herradura Express offers visitors a special experience of visiting one of the oldest tequila producers in Mexico.
Mexican companies Foramex and Tequila Herradura partner to offer a train ride to the brand's distillery. Tourists can enjoy luxury wagons and a view of blue agave cactus fields in an unparalleled cultural experience.
We definitely want to offer an excellent service to our passengers. It is a brand new experience, so the intention is for the customers to come, know the origin of the Horseshoe House, the quality of our products, and very possibly they will choose us in their next purchase of tequila. We focus a lot on the quality we offer. We have the concept that promotes more than Mexico, and that is reflected in the services that we offer.
Visitors can also enjoy mariachi music, traditional dances, and typical dishes during the tour.
Padrísimo.
A very good experience. The experience of the train is so great. Here in Mexico, we haven't done it either. Everything is wonderful.
And the next stop is Turkey, the country which spans 2 continents and has a museum with a history almost as long and as storied as the country it sits in.
The Anatolian Civilizations Museum is almost an attraction itself. First built in the 15th century, it once housed 102 shops in a covered bazaar market. It later fell into disrepair before Mustafa Kemal Atatürk ordered it to be restored to glory in 1921. Today, it is home to an eclectic collection of thousands of unique museum pieces. The museum is helped by the fact that the region is also home to scores of ancient civilizations, although sometimes concrete evidence of their existence can be very hard to find.
We know that the last 1 million years people lives in Anatolia, and almost we know around the 70 civilization names in Anatolia. But before the inscription system, we didn't know their names. Just we know how they lived and where they lived and what kind of the tools they used when their lives.
Despite this, the museum boasts a collection from dozens of civilizations who make up Anatolia's rich history.
But we have artifacts from the main civilization. For example, Assyrian trade colony times, Hittite times, and the Phrygian times, and the Urartian times, and the late Hittite period, and the Roman, Hellenistic or Greeks times, and the Islamic or Byzantine times, or artifacts we display in that museum.
Amongst the exhibits is a painting which Metin claims could be the oldest city map in the world.
Yes, in the Çatalhöyük, after the 60s excavations, the archaeologists found a lot of frescoes inside of the wall in the houses. And one of them is show us the city map and some volcanoes behind of the houses. It is the first example maps all of the world.
As well as this claims to fame, the painting also hints at another world first. Shooting from the volcanoes are pieces of obsidian, a sharp, hard piece of rock formed by high volcanic temperatures, which was used by the locals for tools and ornaments. Later research has linked this rock to pieces found hundreds of miles away across borders, meaning that this could be one of the first examples of international trade.
After some analysis, we know that some people, almost 8,000 years before, they came from Caucasian areas and the Palestine areas. They came to Central Anatolia for obsidians, because there were a lot of volcanoes in Anatolia in that times, and they erupted obsidians.
专业的团队，丰厚的经验。Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the Lake Cook Law Group. 投资理财、法律咨询，芝加哥专业律师团队为您的梦想提供最安全的保障。
Hi, this is Little Chinese Channel, 小小中文, Lesson 13. In this lesson, we will be teaching you these 6 Chinese characters. From the last lesson, we learned the character Da. If we put a horizontal stroke on top, what is this? Tian. Take Tian and put 2 little dots on top to make a hat to turn into Guan. Guan. Guan means to close. 关门. 关门. 关门,关门 means to close the door. 关 is part of these two characters. Return 关 back into 大 and put 2 dots in the upper left corner and replace this downstroke to the right with a long dot. This character is 头 头 头 means head. 头发 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 means hair. If we exchange these 2 strokes with a long vertical stroke, this character is 斗 斗 斗 means to fight. 斗争 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 means to fight. Next, we'll learn a new root character. This root character is just a box. What's this? 口 口 口 means mouth. 口水 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 means saliva. 口音 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 means accent. If we add a vertical line in the middle of 口, this is 中 中 中 means middle. 中间中间中间中间 means middle. 中午中午中午中午 means noon. If we put a tiny little horizontal stroke in 中, it transforms into 声声声 means to explain or to state. 声明声明声明声明 means to state. Okay, now let's write. Remember to follow the stroke sequence. One, 头 斗 口 中 声 Ninja star Frisbee. Bye-bye.